Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If. If Luffy was the
Celestialsapien.
Celestialsapien. So yeah. Recap the Luffy. He heard about Firefist Ace got captured because of Blackbeard's pirates. Brought it in, and the Luffy was not very happy. And who watched him flew off. I'm going to save this image so that I don't have to go back and forth between them. Was a leaning her. As she could tell that Luffy wasn't just a normal human or normal person. So she tried to stop him and calm him down. But it was too late. It was too late for her to run down. He already left quicker than anyone. As she's sweating, she could not believe she could not believe that but she won't tell Boa that, because So when she told, or actually before, they had this really burst out anger thing. She ends up she looked at him and told him before he walked down to collect his thoughts on things. But instead he still talks to, as she says to him, you're the mixed breed. And that's why you always had glove on your left hand. Yeah. Normally, I try to I don't want to let anyone else know about it. Because I'm trying to control myself before it's really hard for me to keep control. There's only people whom, you already know about it. Yeah, but you're these, and there's only a couple people that do know that I'm mixed breed. You might be one of them. Yeah. But I know that you're trying to calm down. Let's have a cup of tea instead. Okay? So, yeah. And one of the other Amazons, or I'm trying to say it. Is it Amazon? I think I'm trying to remember. Amazon people. There we go. Like her. I'll just use this one. She sat down. And she's quite curious of what why a half breed or like mixed breed doing on their island. But she knows that it wasn't just because normally in 1 week, like past week, like long time ago, he could have died. As she tells her mother or that old lady, he could have died. Yeah. But I accepted that part. See, mixed breeds like myself, as Luffy says, has a choice. Yes. To accept that half or die by that half. Think about it as a devil fruit. If you want to eat it or not. Okay? That's... Okay? I see. So mixed breeds like yourself have choices of you accept that part or die by that part. Right? Yes. As everyone says, that's only in 1 week of your choice. So, yeah. So then he heard that Fire Fist Ace is at Impel Down. As he's trying his hardest. I mean his absolute hardest to not be, as they know that he is gonna be consumed. I'm one of many people. Yeah. So, yeah. So basically, she could tell that he's not resisting. It's just he's trying to keep his insanity or his humanity from. It's really painful for me to who knew it. But then you said Fire Fist Ace is that Impel Down, right? As his eyes turn fiery red. As she knows, because she has experience with, or because when she was a young girl, instead of like what she is now, when she was little, her parents already met the Sapiens ones, or the
Celestialsapien.
Celestialsapiens before. That they sometimes have powers, emotions, and usually split personalities, but the mixed breeds, means she already met one before, and the guy told her that for being a mixed breed, you live twice as long as me. You have immortality. You can never age, can never die. By anything. And so she tells him that she met when she was little. She told, or of course, he told her she told him a whole story of when she was a young lad, or when she was a young girl. She already met a mixed breed before. And, yeah. She told Luffy that the guy had a similar thing. He told me, as she says, he told me that some people accept the power, but it has major drawback of emotions, like overflow emotions, like thinking about it as a tangled web. Yeah. So she tells him that. Rest of ya, as he, and yeah, I know that I'll probably be, as he tells her to interrupt your story thing, as Luffy says, and I see you all as my own family. Did he say that he can protect his own friends? That's one of the desires of being a mixed breed. As she could not believe, he never thought about that part. That's one of the requirements. To be humble to everyone. Yeah. But now I'm really mad right now. As Luffy says, where's this so-called impale down? As she knows that his powers is making him feel a little bit more, he wants to take it out on someone or something. Impels down that way, as she points things. Okay. As he launched off. Oh. He did unbutton his shirt before. To not make it ripped. And puts it in his pocket. As he did take off his glove before. As when she saw that part of what mixed breeds are. She says, yeah. As he literally flew all the way. As his power level went over through the roof. As he launched himself. Boom! As he went all the way to impale down. And instead of going through the normal way, what does he do? He flies up all the way to the top of a building and slams right down to the 6th floor, destroying it. As everybody's like, what? But how is that possible? Boom, boom, boom. As Ace could feel the aura of Luffy. He could not feel so much power off of his friend in a long time. As he made it to... Yeah, because it was... As guards were running at him, Venom guy, this guy right here, was like, alright, it's time for your punishment. Well, boom! As Luffy kicks him in the side so hard that even as his cruel eyes made a warden and his subjects, like everyone, frozen. As his voice becomes demonic. No one touches my brother. As he grabs the chains, breaks the handcuffs, and he grabs Fire Fist Ace. Because every Delphi user and everyone that was in Impel Down was like, oh, don't mess with that kid. When they know about the mixed breeds and they're the most treasured thing. Their authorities are a lot higher than, like, way higher than Emu's, whose authority. And Emu, who is above everyone else. So, Luffy is above that. As he says, now it's time for me to pay a visit to this so-called Blackbeard or Teach. I'm really mad. Yeah, I agree. So then he picks up he also picked up Jinbei, for him to so then because he destroyed the entire Impale Down in a single boom, 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 boom. Yeah. But his power, Warden was like, yep. So then his aura, when he activated it, or when he was super mad, you who set a trap for Whitebeard to take, right? Tell me. As why weren't you dead? Like, how are you still alive? We all have choices. Good ones, bad ones, and yeah. So then, yeah. Luffy, he teleports Fire Fist Ace back to Whitebeard's ship. And Whitebeard was underneath thing. Yeah. So then Luffy shows up, all teched off. It's a lot to take. And, yeah. Luffy, Whitebeard, or actually Luffy, or when Sky turned different colors, everyone could feel her bodies as Luffy shows up. Not as his own normal person. He showed up as a most powerfulest person in the world. As Garp looks at him, and everybody's like, Luffy? As his eyes start to glow. As everyone knows now that Luffy is he says, no one. Or actually, he was so mad, and that he just wanted to take his anger out on all the Marines. So what does he do? He does the same thing. He blasted, or he destroyed the entire island with just one swing of his hand. As Garp runs up and grabs Luffy, like tackles him. And it wasn't out of anger or fear. It was, he wanted, because they knew, or Garp actually knew, that Luffy was the mixed breed, and normally normally if it was a full breed, Garp would be got killed by it. But Luffy was a mixed breed. So when he got Garp, when Garp got him onto the boat, he hugs him. He knew that if they start the war right now, and yeah, as admirals, everybody agreed that do not make that boy upset. Yeah. As they said, noted. Even Smoker that met him in Logtown was like, man, if I knew that, and then I would have had to end up getting killed by him. So, yeah. Yeah. The Garb says, now, Luffy, now. As the guy, not her, but I think Shadow and I can't spell. No. Fruit. So, this guy right here made some insults to Luffy. As Luffy was ready to, kill him straight up. As Garp holds him back. You're okay, Luffy. As everybody that knew why Luffy gets upset, they all chose not to attack him. But instead they ended up saying, or one of them says, and to the giant guy says, "What's wrong? Come on. What's that gummy? Hey, you know me, so come on. You're more weaker than anyone here." As Luffy's ready to, as Garp knows that he's, as, let's say one of the admirals, or let's say the guy, or Garp tells to, make him not, or how about playing hard with him? Vice Admiral, or actually Garp tells Shinji, or the ice guy, to play cards with him. And Garp will, or so he goes, so yeah. All three of them played cards with him. And what does Garp do? He turns around and looks right at him and tells him that you should not hunt. As he flies right in and beats a snot out of that guy. Him. Like beating him around like a little rag doll. Oh. Yeah. It was pretty scary. Luffy said, or Garp, or as he's beating him around like a little rag doll. Almost to death. Part. Yeah. So then Luffy he ends up, he agree that no one's to see him all ticked off. So now it's time for Luffy. So he leaves. I'm still ticked off. As the volcano guy is like, "Why are you ticked off?" Well, Blackbeard. Yeah. That guy. I'm ready to punch him around like a little rag doll. Because as one of his eyes showed him what will happen in the near future if he doesn't stop him. As they see him tearing a hearing, as like as Luffy, and let's say Ice Guy, or no, Laser, or the Bright Guy walks over and punches him, but he ends up hitting, see what will really happen. And he says, yeah, I agree with you. Okay. And they all, like, agree. When all three of them touched Luffy's shoulders, on his back too, they saw what will happen. Yeah. I'll make a good trade-off. His entire crew, Blackbeard's entire crew, to be executed. And, okay? Yeah. I'll agree on that. We all agree. So then, of course, Blackbeard shows up. Perfect time. So then, every Marine soldier points their guns right at Blackbeard. And Luffy just like grabs Blackbeard's horn and neutralized his Delfruit. And then, as he throws, and plus, all of them were getting executed. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm saying, here, hold on, let me find that picture. The entire crew of him got executed. And for the trade of executing Blackbeard, Hearn and his crew was actually for Luffy to become a lot more higher than anyone else, and protecting Firefist Ace and his crew from. So yeah, and plus Garper was like, yep, good job. So yeah, and of course Luffy was pretty powerful. They don't know that how powerful he is until like he shows up. Boom. Yeah. So Luffy ends up. So, Luffy was basically the most powerfulest person in the entire world. And when he demonstrated his display of power to everybody in the world, it's like, everyone is like, don't mess with that boy. Yeah. So, So then he was about to fly him back to his where he to meet his crew. Who? And the volcano guy, I'll just say this. The volcano guy, he stops him. And you don't know who I'm talking about? Is LAVA lava fruit guy. This guy says, I know that we'll train you to, because they all know that he's more dangerous than a normal human. And so all of them agree to train him. And yeah. As he tries to keep himself in control. And he does. As Luffy was pretty powerful, his control of everything was he was like, okay, I'm better now. So then he used Conqueror's Hockey, Omnid Hockey, Observation Hockey, and his new custom one called Endless Universe Hockey. And that one is powerful enough to destroy anyone. And yeah. The AKA whatever I just said, I just forgot. Yeah. So he does make him back, and then that's during the time skip thing, 2 years, and then he does, and every Marine Navy thing says, we're all behind you, bro, Luffy. Okay? Because they know yeah. So all his crews, like his crewmates, Luffy's crewmates, are off the hook. So they are like they don't get hunted by like pirate hunters. But Luffy is on a whole nother level of it. So yeah. So I should just cut it off because after this part, time skip to who? Because it was the same thing but with way more powerful, and he makes it to the laugh tail or whatever her One Piece is, and yeah. And he becomes a pirate king, gave Shanks back his hat, and because he's a mixed breed thing, he was powerful. He's higher up, basically. And yeah, he's so powerful that Kaido even respects him. Like, hey, I don't need to fight you. Whom, whom. I actually respect you, man. That takes a lot of what, because Kaido in this what if is a lot more nicer than his canon version. Because in this alternate one, Kaido just says, I don't need to fight ya for anything. It's just, okay? So, yeah. So then Luffy, he could predict the future when he's laying back. As he could sense. Well, because he did unlock a special hockey called multiverse hockey. And yeah. That's kind of strange. Like what? Kind of strange. As Kaido, Big Mom, and rest of them, well, we would have been fighting each other's. Like, but hey, how about we all agree on one thing? Because Blackbeard was executed, so now, so there's all three of us agree that it's not going to be scary. Yeah, so because Luffy made a giant-sized impact, like planet-sized impact on the world. So Whitebeard was still, or is still alive. And Blackbeard is dead. And he grabs like an apple before. And he, on all the Delphi things. And yeah, Luffy tells them that all those Delphers will not be fallen into wrong hands. Yeah. So then everything else happens and Luffy... Hold on 1 second. Before... So, how long has this video been? Oh, yeah, sorry. Peace out. And, yeah, Luffy and Boa already got married and had one daughter named Lala. Yeah. And she's basically a mixed breed, too, as a Luffy's and Boa's thing. Yeah. So, peace out, y'all. Peace.